welcome all to the Big East Digital Network Game of the Day, powered by SoFi and Caffeine TV. We're here at Wish Field as the home Blue Demons take on visiting Xavier in their battle for who can make the final sixth and final spot for the postseason for the Big East. Again, this is Pete Ferreri here welcoming you to a cold and rainy Saturday afternoon in Chicago. Both these teams tied for number 7 in the rankings, and the top 6 make the postseason, so many implications here today. As we look first at the visiting Xavier player to keep out for, it's going to be Samson Sergi. Sergi had one of the 2 goals this past week against Seton Hall to give a decisive victory in points for Xavier in their quest for the postseason. Moving on to the home Blue Demons, it's going to be none other than goalkeeper Drew Nelly. He only let 1 goal in this past Wednesday against Creighton University in Omaha, Nebraska, but that was not enough as the final of that game was 1-0. He will have to post a near shutout, if not a shutout, in order for DePaul to move up in the standings and break this dead heat for the 6th and final spot in the postseason. Coming up again on the Big East Digital Network, powered by SoFi, DePaul versus Xavier.
Here, we do what others don't.
Dream what others won't. Driven to leap forward, determined to always give back.
Here, we work where giants have played, where the connection of work and ethic is made.
A diverse community possessed with a passion
To know and grow and go and show the world we are prepared to change it. Here, we ask what must be done, for in doing we learn and earn success.
And you can get there from here.
DePaul University. Here, we do.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Wish Field on a cold, rainy, chilly, slick pitch as the DePaul Blue Demons welcome the Musketeers from Xavier out of Cincinnati. Xavier 2-4 in the Big East. DePaul 1, 2, and 3 in the Big East. What does that mean? Equal amount of points, 6 points apiece at the tied 7th spot, and we are underway. Kickoff here. Thank you for joining us again. This match powered by SoFi and on the Big East YouTube and Twitter channel, along with Caffeine TV. So no matter where you are watching and listening from, thank you and welcome for joining us here. So many implications on this game today. Players are going to expect a very slick pitch. Again, this is field turf, a dual-use facility for also the softball team. We saw earlier in the week on Wednesday, DePaul drop 1-0 against the Blue Jays in Omaha, Nebraska. And when it started to have a very cold rain there, we definitely saw the gameplay change, which led to Creighton getting the lone goal of that match. Therefore, we already know that they're going to try to keep the ball on the ground as much as possible for this game. You already see the rotation of the ball different from that of where it's being kicked based on the field conditions. So the goal keeps going to expect some knuckleballs coming out of the players' feet today, as this is going to be a very interesting matchup. But with all the implications in play for that final spot, as we said, Georgetown, the only team in the Big East to have secured their playoff berth. Also, St. John's is close with 15 points, 1 behind. Providence at 9 points, Creighton at 9 after their victory on Wednesday, Marquette at 9, Butler at 7, and then the log jam of DePaul, Xavier, Seton Hall all sitting at 6 points apiece, but games yet to play. As we see DePaul wearing their home whites, it is senior day, so hats off to the seniors, those being Bowser, Al-Shafi, also Smith and DeBrownia, so congratulations to them, as it is senior night, and we had festivities before the game where they were able to have their players out there with them, and then also number 15, Sasha Labovich, so congratulations to all of them for having an outstanding career here with DePaul. We remind everybody, for those following at home, for everything DePaul men's soccer, follow Blue Demons across multiple social media platforms, Twitter or Instagram. Join the conversation using hashtag DefendWish and hashtag PlayPossessed. So if you're watching at home, make sure you use those when talking about this game here today. Hashtag BEDN as well. As we see DePaul going left to right and Xavier going right to left. Again, Xavier wearing the short sleeve kits with navy blue, white on the arm sleeves, white shorts with the navy socks. Lots of umbrellas out here today. We'll go over the field conditions shortly when it comes to the weather and implications. Temperature is supposed to keep dropping along with more rain to come. No thunderstorms in the forecast based on our last account, which means this game will continue and play, which we of course want to see here on senior night. As we continue along, game time weather brought to you by the Big East Conference. 48 degrees, light rain, wind 12 miles per hour. It looks like that is coming out of the southwest. So thanks again to our crew here today for not only providing that temperature update, but also for braving the elements themselves, all our outstanding camera operators for standing in the light rain. Throw in for DePaul along the near sideline. No attempt so far. Both teams just feeling each other out. Both teams more of a defensive presence in the games thus far this season. Drew Nelly for DePaul, the junior goalkeeper out of DeSmet Jesuit in St. Louis, Missouri, having an outstanding season so far. Speaking of which, Drew Nelly earned a spot on the hashtag BE Football Weekly Honor Roll along with Max DeBraunia. We do have our first corner, which is going to be along the far flag. In for the corner is going to be Furter. Left foot. Might be looking back post for this one. Gets it high, header away. Good clear out by Xavier's Wilson. And we have a throw in for DePaul. So we'll see how they look at this one. Saying a good 10 to 15% of the players wearing gloves could be helpful in a situation like this. Rolling around looking for an opening was Anderson. Headed away, headed back. High kick, and that one is going away. That was by DeBraunia. DeBraunia, an outstanding player in every sense of the word, offensively, defensively, and everywhere in between. As we see the three head attempts, and then DeBraunia just leans back a bit. We'll now have a goal kick. Rosenberg sends it away, gets just to about midfield. Both teams in their prior match, not against each other, but one against Seton Hall, that being Xavier. Good attempt in and knocked down by Nelly. And then DePaul was against Creighton, but both of those games was 0-0 going into half. And then the scoring came in a flurry for both teams, so we will see if it's the same in this circumstance. One team coming off a victory, one off a loss. Clear to the far side. Brownia looks, will it be onside? Headed away. Again, looking for something is Xavier. Both teams tied for the 7th spot along with Seton Hall. On the outside looking in, so major postseason implications on the pitch here this afternoon. Cleared ahead, looking for an outlet pass. Hand is up, that will not count. Offside's going to be the call. As we see looking and getting control of that was Sergei. And Now DeBrownia waiting for his teammate. And a quick pass to get play underway again. Anderson so far active on both corner and throw-in attempts as he's playing very staunchly in the middle. 5'11" freshman out of Crown Point, Indiana. Xavier holds a 6-6-1 overall record on the season. DeBrownia just gonna try to find an opening here to set up an offensive attack for DePaul. Again, Samson Sergi is our player to look out for. Scored a team-leading 7th goal, and Henderlong is right behind him with 5. Both have 2 game winners, so that's saying something when you're looking at the offensive attack for what Xavier is going to try to bring here today. The remaining schedule for the Blue Demons, however, is after today on November the 2nd. They have St. John's, and then they are back home for Marquette on the 6th of November. So final 3 games for the Blue Demons. Creighton sitting at 9 points. Already has a slight lead in having the victory over DePaul this week. St. John's 15 points, second overall in the standings, so that will be a very tough match for DePaul as seeding implications at the top of the Big East Conference come into play. And then closing out with Marquette, they are at 9 points. With that being said, if DePaul can find a victory here today, even more seeding implications for those 3 teams tied at 9 points. There's an absolute possibility that with 3 continual wins, DePaul could knock Marquette out of the postseason with that final game. So they'll have to get there first. Anderson clears back. Brownia, far side. Here at Cacciatore Stadium, Wish Field, DePaul University. Isker looks near side, passes ahead. Cito back. Have a throw-in for Xavier. Krull, redshirt sophomore defenseman out of Carmel High School in Indiana. Weber far side. Back and forth trying to make a push ahead. Going mid. Some hand play there. No call. DePaul back on the offensive. Strong challenge by Xavier. Strong left by Goodall. Control Miller. Looks ahead, streaking Burnson. Burnson out of the outstretched arm of Nelly, and we will have a goal kick. Bit of history between these 2 teams. Xavier holds a 14-2 win-loss in team history between these 2 squads. Win streak was 8 games in a row for Xavier. First matchup was a 3-0 score back in 1982. The last 10 have seen 8-2 go Xavier's way, so both wins coming the way for DePaul within the past 10. Last time these 2 teams met up was October the 24th of last year, with DePaul securing the 1-0 victory. So I'm sure some of the Xavier players recall that. Xavier now going near sideline. Wide shot now. Camera crew trying to push forward is DePaul. They have an opening. Do they have one more pass in them between the legs? They're going back, and smart play. That one is going to sail out of bounds, so we will have a throw-in for the Blue Demons along the far sideline. Throw back to DeBrownia. They're trying to shift field position to Anderson. Anderson looking ahead. Quick one time. Clears up. Head in the air. Slipped off the back of an Xavier player head. And goes out of bounds. So good challenge there by Xavier, allowing them to have their own throw-in. Cameron Bell, the redshirt sophomore out of Summit Country Day High School in Westchester, Ohio. You can always see the ending of this game being 1-0 with one team just having a breakaway opportunity with the slick field here today. DePaul trying to control the attack. Labovic back to DeBrownia. Such a leader for the Blue Demon squad. And live here on the Big East Digital Network. Afternoon game. Who will continue their quest for the 6th seed as we see a high bounce to Nelly. After DePaul, Xavier has 3 more matches. They play on Tuesday at home versus UNC Asheville. Stay at home for a week from today against Providence. And then end the season Wednesday, November the 6th at Butler. Both Providence and Butler's game will be televised on the Big East Digital Network, along with the Twitter and YouTube channels for the Big East and on Caffeine TV. As we see a good challenge by DePaul, but nonetheless will be a throw-in for Xavier. Haven't seen as much sliding and slipping so far from the players as one would have imagined with the slick conditions. Anderson, again, said his name quite often here in the first near 20 minutes of the contest. Not quite a beautiful day for the beautiful game. Pass inward. Nothing there for Ramadan. Sideline DePaul, challenged by 2 Musketeers. In with the left, good save! Had a bit of a curve on the attempt. Getting down cleanly in time was Rosenberg. As we see on the replay, that just skid along like using a 3-iron down the fairway on a rainy day, so good job by Rosenberg. Able to thwart that attempt. Like Xavier is now going to have a throw-in. As Bit unclear as who that touched last, but nonetheless, throw in now for Xavier. It's going to be Bell. Looking for some movement. Near post, headed high. Back in toward the box. Anderson able to clear out. Anderson doing a stellar job thus far today, offensively and defensively for the Blue Demons. Looking for anything now is going to be Goodall. Coach Andy Fleming, I'm sure, telling his team be on the offensive early as conditions worsen. Xavier 2-4 overall, holding that tie at 6 points, as we had mentioned. Throwing again for Bell. Near side. Pass back. Good contention there by DePaul to keep away from a glorified corner kick. Left foot, headed around, bounced away. DePaul now looking to pass around. Cito clears ahead. The outstretched feet of Burnson. As we look again, instead of clearing, headed away by DeBrunya, there was a streaking Krull that, should that have hit the right spot, coming off the header, could have been dangerous for goalkeeper Nelly. Nonetheless, DeBrunya being able to divert that attempt just ever so slightly allowed for the off-brand shot. Just about 20 minutes into the contest here. Thank you for joining us. Pete Ferrari, part of the Big East Digital Network. Rain-soaked Saturday here in Chicago. We will keep you afloat for those watching, both on all on Twitter, YouTube, and Caffeine TV, as to what the other scores are for the Big East contest going on currently. Happening today, Marquette, Georgetown, Creighton, Providence, and St. John Seton Hall, all happening simultaneously, besides that of St. John Seton Hall that will be this evening. But the other contests are happening as we speak, so we will keep you afloat for those games. Again, all the implications. It's great for the conference of overall that so many teams still within the hunt. Even 10th ranked Villanova has 4 points, only 3 points behind 6th seeded Butler. So every team still has a mathematical chance based on where the chips fall. Paul looking ahead. The rumble of the trains in the background. North side Lincoln Park area of Chicago, Wish Field. Anderson calls for it. You know, we had said there may be an opportunity I could see of just a streaking player able to get the lucky roll of the ball. There may just also be an opportunity. Anderson passes ahead, high. That's going to go along the netting. As we will have another goal kick. But with that being said, the chance for DePaul was there, sailed a bit high again. Can't imagine what the footing is like trying to get the right angle on the presentation here today. As we see Rosenberg, the goalkeep, clearing it away. Corner of Sheffield and Belden. Kudos to the fans here in attendance today for braving the weather. Paul just trying at this point to get Xavier out of the zone. Iskra to Anderson. Anderson getting pulled. Refs letting him play a bit. You would imagine half of the tugging and pulling is just for their own stability on the pitch today. Far ahead, but that will definitely roll. You got to imagine 5 to 10 extra yards per attempt like that are going to come into play based on the slickness of the pitch. So anything you might have wanted to just drop in front of your attacking player, you have to take that into account. Anderson, near side Labovic, back to DeBrunya. Missed pass along mid for Ramadan. And ahead is Cito. Cito again, challenged well. Glorious challenge by Xavier to take that away. Good tackle. Cito looking back. DeBrunya now. DeBrunya is 6'5" senior out of Amsterdam in the Netherlands. Trying to end his collegiate career with leading his Blue Demons to the postseason. That one ricochets. It'll be picked up cleanly by Rosenberg. Quick score update. Georgetown 3, Marquette 0. With 28 remaining in that contest, so Georgetown continuing on their winning ways. Marquette will then not gain a point, hold at that 9. So again, winner here today will likely lock in a tie with Marquette on that front. Pass toward mid. Xavier looking for anything at this point. Webert. Pass ahead is Burnson. Goodall. Swinging around. 2 defenders staying behind midfield. Just trying to find an angle to formulate some sort of offensive pressure for Xavier. As Nelly able to get to that one quite easily. Under 20 remaining in the opening half. No stoppage thus far. Both teams very meticulous in their play. Streaking ahead, clearing out, and able to do so. Will they control it? Xavier does. Good job on the far sideline. What looked like was Miller. We'll have a throw-in now for DePaul, but good job by Miller and able to control that as it seemed to be going out of bounds on the far sideline. DePaul throws in. Verderer. Slide tackle, not successful. Moving ahead, Xavier challenging. DeBrunya able to step in and be that senior leader. Can DePaul turn the tide? Cito challenged hard, no call. Or was there? There is a call. Lucky break for the home Blue Demons. Strong challenge, no card. As we will now see an attempt for the Blue Demons off the left foot of Jake Verderer, the sophomore out of Glenbrook South. Streamline straight ahead, line drive. Feuder nothing there. Anderson taking control. Anderson right foot, trying to make some happen. Passed in, headed away by Xavier. Good play by Otim. DePaul trying to get back on the offensive attack. 2-on-1, Xavier takes away. Will they clear? That one goes out of bounds, and that will go the way of DePaul, of Xavier. So good job, nonetheless, by DePaul, at least telling Xavier we're going to attempt to be in the zone here as the first half continues on. Near sideline. Xavier now looking offensively. Bell. Anderson back in control. Anderson has had some outstanding footwork here on both halves of the pitch. Knocked away by Goodall.
Substitution for DePaul into the game, Jack Richards. Replacing McGee.
We'd like to see if Jake Vuder can do more than he has, which I know is asking a lot out of Glenview, Illinois, as he's really been much of the offense. Anderson and Vuder with the back line of DeBrownia doing everything possible to put pressure on Rosenberg. Again, Rosenberg, one clean save out of the attempts here today. Nelly not challenged thus far. You got to imagine when you are the coaching staff, that of both Fleming for Xavier and Plotkin for DePaul, that it's hard to game plan for these conditions. Near side pass, not being able to get there, was streaking DePaul, Labovic. Passing near side. High in the air, control DePaul. Anderson has an outlet. Looking ahead, is it onside? Control DePaul, that one just goes out of bounds. So DePaul had an opportunity there as Jack Richards saw an opportunity. As we see on the great replay, wasn't able to control. Two options on that one was either control and then attack, or to just attack off the bounce. Needless to say, we continue on 0-0. Your score, 13:50 remaining in the opening half on the Big East Digital Network, powered by SoFi. Pete Ferreira on the call, welcoming you here this Saturday afternoon. Like we said, we will keep you up to date on other scores. Marquette was trailing Georgetown 3-0. It is still at that score with 22 minutes left.
Substitution for Xavier in the game, number 23, Noah.
Substitution coming in is going to be Bafo. Coming out is Henderlong. Or excuse me, the opposite of that. Bafo coming in, Henderlong substituting out. We'll see if Bafo can add some firepower to the final few minutes of this opening half. Anderson passes back. Strong challenge by Xavier. Looking near sideline, pass ahead, header, and we will have a whistle. It will go back to DePaul. So they're saying that the recently substituted in Bafo, bit too aggressive on the offensive side. Again, with the match wrapping up, Georgetown will continue their winning ways against Marquette. We are currently with under 12 minutes remaining in the opening half. 0-0 the score. Georgetown, number 7 overall. And then later on today, kicking off in just under a half hour, will be Creighton and Providence. So we will have those score updates for you as well. The official pulling out the spray. A strong attempt here needed for the Blue Demons, as we see a aggressive play by Webert to cause the foul. Looking for the attempt, the left foot of Feuderer rolls down and picked up cleanly by Rosenberg. So smart attempt to try to keep it along the ground. No success nonetheless, as nobody was able to reconcile the project. Clearing ahead was Xavier's attempt. DePaul able to get in the way of the outlet pass. Xavier now pulling more players past midfield. Goodall chips ahead, headed away. Anderson off the right foot, bit too far. Good attempt there by Nelly just to at least get in the way. That lightly grazed off the right foot of a Musketeer. As we will see, Wilson came on strong with the attempt, looking far post, nothing there. Good job by our replay coordinators. Here today. Nelly now. Strong goal kick to midfield, and that will go back the way of Xavier. So quick head out of bounds. As now throw in will be passed right back to Burnson. As Xavier looks to break the 0-0 game. For those watching at home on the Big East Network, Twitter, YouTube, or on Caffeine TV, do not be confused. There are extra goals in the background. Xavier looking to go back to mid. Good continuation passing to Goodall. Back mid to Krull. Again, you see this 2-2 back approach with two players playing midline, two right behind along the circle. Looking to see where DePaul shifts their defense. Far sideline, going mid, nothing there. Controlled Otim. Otim, near side. Do they have one more pass in them? They do. Goodall, left, high off of Nelly, and that just goes over the top. Good tip up by Nelly, good left-footed attack by Goodall, and we will have a corner kick as the excitement was ramping up just a bit. Again, outstanding job by 6'5" junior goalkeeper Nelly. Used all 6'4" of his frame to not allow that goal to drop in along the crossbar. Left foot now of Xavier's Goodall. Actually, they are going to switch. And it looks like it's going to be Otim. Otim now calling for the corner. Far post. Can Xavier get there? They can. Controlled. Miller. Miller, one time, back. Burnson, inside, header. Anderson clears, one more header, back. DePaul, does DePaul have an attempt? Controlled Fudor. Back to mid, Xavier. A lot of action here, less than 8 minutes left in the opening half. 0-0 your score in the Big East Digital Network. Both teams looking for anything. Staunch defensive approaches. Mistake-free defense. Tipped ahead to the left. And we will have a Blue Demon throw-in.
Blue Demons into the game number 23, Grant Herbeck.
Substitution coming to play for the Blue Demons is going to be Grant Herbeck. The throw-in will be Dan Iskra, the defender, 6'1" freshman out of Glenbrook North. And right away, the throw-in was to that of Herbeck. Oh, in play, did not go over the cross line. However, Xavier with control again, that 2-2 back approach. Pass near side to Paul. Strong challenge by the Blue Demons. No whistle. DePaul looking for an outlet. Continuing ahead. Pass back. Anderson. Near side. Looking now is Iskra. So DePaul thought about a quick approach, decided to reset. DeBrownia captaining the attack from the back mid. Pass up, near sideline, rolling in, cleared away. Miss attempt. Going far sideline. Blue Demons, can they set something up with 5.5 left in the opening half? Both teams tied, 6 points apiece. Controlled, Blue Demons. Otim now. Otim passes ahead. Cut off by the Blue Demons. Anderson, will he take a long attempt? Trying to go past Otim. Near side. Headed away. Both teams closing the hatch when entering the box. DePaul goes back one time. Far side now. DeBrownia hasn't been challenged much here today. That midfield of Anderson and Iskra, having played from defense, moving up quite often, has allowed DePaul to at least try to penetrate the zone. Just over 4 minutes remaining in the opening half. Pass mid, ricochet, free ball attempt. Clean push off by Herbeck, but Xavier nonetheless is getting control. Pass far ahead, and Nelly lets that one roll up. Those are the ones you got to worry about because of the speed on which it goes toward the goal. Brownie now, trying to find anything. Slight pass ahead to Brickman. Chipped up, nothing there. Otim. Header now. DePaul, that one's going to roll out of bounds. And are they able to get there in time? They are. Good play by DePaul to scramble back. So that was going to be a throw in deep in the DePaul defensive zone. Anderson again. Man, that is everywhere. DeBrownia near side. Sets up DeBrownia. DeBrownia to Brickman. Brickman along the middle, trying to make anything happen. Do we have a clean pass? DePaul chips ahead. Is there a one-time? Almost breaking through. Nothing there. Goal attempt. Save by Rosenberg. A lot of sputtering around. But again, Rosenberg in perfect position. As we saw the attack off the left foot of the Blue Demons. Feuderer, that's the second time today he's had the angle. Rosenberg reading it perfectly.
Substitutions coming in for Xavier, number 17, Connor.
Less than 2 minutes now in our opening half. Another substitution.
28, McRae, drawn.
Again, don't forget to stick around for the second half of action, powered by SoFi. All your refinancing needs, go to SoFi.com. And, Nelly able to knock one away. Xavier almost got lucky on that one. We will have a throw-in. Just about 70 seconds left in the opening half. What a odd bounce, but Nelly. What does it take to beat number one, as that was a number one save. As 2 is not a winner, and 3, nobody remember. Only out of bounds here, 40 seconds left. Looks like we're gonna have a Blue Demon throw in. They might try for one more on the free kick. Again, thank you for joining us. For those on YouTube, Twitter, and Caffeine TV. Both teams that we had mentioned in their prior contests on Wednesday, 0-0 going into half. We predicted that that was likely going to happen again today. And unless something happens in this final 10 seconds, that looks to be the same.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6.
Does DePaul have one more long-range attempt? That's going to be cleared away. And both teams just going to walk to the sideline in the 38-degree rain here in Chicago, Illinois. So 4 shots on goal for the home Blue Demons, 3 for the visiting Musketeers. 0-0 halftime. We'll be back in 15 on the Big East Digital Network, powered by SoFi.
Here, we do what others don't.
Dream what others won't, driven to leap forward, determined to always give back.
Here, we work where giants have played, where the connection of work and ethic is made.
A diverse community possessed with a passion
To know and grow and go and show the world we are prepared to change it. Here, we ask what must be done, for in doing we learn and earn success.
and you can get there from here.
DePaul University. Here, we do.
It's time to fuel your ambitions by taking charge of your student debt. At SoFi, we've helped over 250,000 people refinance their student loans, saving thousands of dollars. Now you can pay off your student loans faster and reach your goals sooner. See how much you can save in just 2 minutes at SoFi.com/save.
time came to stop coaching, I was very fortunate that I didn't have to go cold turkey. I was able to start the Big East Conference, and we came across the sky like a meteor.
One recruiting year that they had that really turned everything around was the Ewan-Mullen Pinckney recruiting year. It changed the face of Eastern basketball probably forever.
We just believed in ourselves and a lot of hard work on everybody's part.
Every March, Madison Square Garden is home to everything that is college basketball.
Put on your red shoes and dance the blues.
What? How's the weather? Yeah. It's snowing out. It's a blizzard, but we ain't gonna stop.
Rightly, there were questions early on about whether the Big East could withstand the test of reconfiguration, and I think if you were here, we've done that and more.
It's a monster league now. Last man standing, bring the flag. Tough to coach in, but great for spectators and great to play in. The march of the Big East goes on.
It's time to fuel your ambitions by taking charge of your student debt. At SoFi, we've helped over 250,000 people refinance their student loans, saving thousands of dollars. Now you can pay off your student loans faster and reach your goals sooner. See how much you can save in just 2 minutes at SoFi.com/save.
Here, we do what others don't.
Dream what others won't, driven to leap forward, determined to always give back.
Here, we work where giants have played, where the connection of work and ethic is made.
A diverse community possessed with a passion
to know and grow and go and show the world we are prepared to change it. Here, we ask what must be done, for in doing we learn and earn success.
And you can get there from here.
DePaul University. Here we do.
Welcome back to the Halftime Report, powered by SoFi and the Big East Digital Network, also on Twitter and YouTube and Caffeine TV. This would be Ferrari bringing you that Halftime Report, and we are excited to bring you some halftime highlights, stats, and more as we look at 0-0 game, but action nonetheless, as Anderson has been strongly contesting things in the middle. There's a left-footed first attempt by, as we had mentioned, DePaul's Buter. Strong challenge there, foul called, looking off into the distance of fans watching from the nearby complex. Left foot there, Nelly going high to keep that one from going into the net. Another breakaway where Nelly showing his prowess and ingenuity to get down on that one, and we are still at 0-0 going to halftime. Both goalies showing why they have had outstanding seasons thus far. Looking at some of the stats, once again brought to you by SoFi, SoFi.com. 4 shots on goal for the home Blue Demons, 3 for the visiting Musketeers. Shots on goal, 2 apiece, saves 2 apiece, corners 1 apiece, fouls 2 apiece, and 1 card for Xavier. So as you can see, as evenly matched as one may get. We also mentioned that Marquette fell to Georgetown, or are falling to Georgetown. There is less than 60 seconds left in that game, so major implications all across the board. Now we are moving on to our honor roll, so players that have had an outstanding academic week, and we want to applaud them for being student athletes here in the Big East Network. And you might see some familiar faces as Max DeBrunia, the senior DePaul Blue Demon defenseman, Drew Nelly, the redshirt junior, the goalkeeper Brandon Knapp, sophomore out of St. John's, the home of the Red Storm, the Golden Eagle Marquette, Patrick Segrist, the defenseman senior, and Giannis Nicopoldis, the sophomore Georgetown Hoya goalkeeper. So congratulations for being on the weekly honor roll. Now I'm going over to some players of the week for the Big East Conference. 2 out of 3 from the Bulldogs, 1 even being a freshman. Wilmer Cabrera, the forward, having 5 points himself, Big East offensive player and freshman of the week, 99 minutes of gold and gold versus Lipscomb, 3 points versus Seton Hall. Dylan Nialis, the defender for the Hoyas, 2 shutouts, 2 total shots, and 6 goals allowed, and 12 total shots allowed. And then finally, Gabriel Jurchke from Butler, the Bulldogs' Big East goalkeeper of the week. 1 shutout, 4 shutouts this season, and 2 saves versus Lipscomb. It did go final as we speak. The Hoyas beat Marquette 3-0, 12-1, and 1 are the Hoyas. 7-6 overall are Marquette, 3-3 in conference. We have just about 5 minutes left here in halftime. We're going to throw it to break, but when we come back on the other side of this second half action, will DePaul have another tie on their record? Will Xavier be able to break the 0-0 tie? Or which team will move ahead in the standings? We'll have that and more, just about 5.5 minutes. Big East Digital Network Game of the Week, powered by SoFi.
One of the positives about the sports business in the last couple of years, and in recent years in particular, has been the growing interest in seeing our industry become a more diverse and inclusive place.
I find it important for us to amplify the voices of those who have not traditionally had a seat at the table. As a Black African woman, my various social identities are always at the forefront of my daily interactions, from my first name, my culture, to where I'm from. So for me, diversity is about us celebrating our uniqueness as a society.
A lot of what happens in terms of diversifying workforce in the college world happens at the campus level. That's really where the core hiring takes place. The schools are responsible for hiring their directors of athletics, their staffs, their coaches. And so the conference is really a step away from that activity, but I think conferences can and should set a tone. And so in the Big East, we have tried to make diversity and inclusion a conference strategic priority. We have, for example, within our conference SAC group, designated a diversity and inclusion officer. D&I has become an important topic of discussion at SAC meetings. And our D&I officer is now included into the conference-wide diversity and inclusion working group that we've created.
I currently serve as the conference's Student Athlete Advisory Committee's Diversity and Inclusion Officer. This position is charged with ensuring that the conference carries out its commitment to inclusion for all. And I assist the conference staff in creating opportunities for student athletes from different backgrounds to come together to share and exchange ideas. I also work closely with the Big East Diversity and Inclusion Working Group.
You know, when I think about diversity, I think about the fact that diversity is a fact. When we think about inclusion, we think about inclusion being a choice. And I think if we can succeed in anything at the Big East is to impress upon everyone how inclusion isn't just a choice but a responsibility.
The Big East is committed to continuing the development of programs and initiatives that support diverse and inclusive environments for our student athletes, coaches, staff, and communities.
We aren't just dreamers. We're doers.
My time. None of you people can tell me to stop.
Good things happen when you unleash a Butler Bulldog.
My time. None of you people can tell me to stop. Here, we do what others don't.
Dream what others won't, driven to leap forward, determined to always give back.
Here, we work where giants have played, where the connection of work and ethic is made.
A diverse community possessed with a passion
To know and grow and go and show the world we are prepared to change it. Here, we ask what must be done, for in doing we learn and earn success.
and you can get there from here.
DePaul University. Here, we do.
It's time to fuel your ambitions by taking charge of your student debt. At SoFi, we've helped over 250,000 people refinance their student loans, saving thousands of dollars. Now you can pay off your student loans faster and reach your goals sooner. See how much you can save in just 2 minutes at SoFi.com/save.
Here, we do what others don't.
Dream what others won't, driven to leap forward, determined to always give back.
Here, we work where giants have played, where the connection of work and ethic is made.
A diverse community possessed with a passion
To know and grow and go and show the world we are prepared to change it. Here, we ask what must be done, for in doing we learn and earn success.
and you can get there from here.
DePaul University. Here, we do.
Welcome back to the Big East Digital Network Game of the Week here, powered by SoFi on the Big East Conference's YouTube and Twitter channel, along with Caffeine TV. This is Pete Ferreri here, bringing you the broadcast on a rainy, did I mention rainy, Saturday afternoon, coming down harder than it was at the onset of the game. It went from light drizzle to now a fairly heavy downpour. Again, only lightning will prevent the rest of this game from happening. So either way, we are in store for quite a dramatic second half. 2 shots on goal from the strong left foot of Jake Futerer could have been the difference in this match here today. Nonetheless, we sit at 0-0. We did mention Georgetown, 7 overall ranked, took down the Golden Eagles. So that will update the standings. Of course, Georgetown moves to 6-0-1 in the conference. Marquette drops to 3-4. As we see now, the Musketeers coming out from the halftime break. We thank you all for being here with us and joining us. We will keep you afloat on the score from the Creighton and Providence game, as both of those teams sit 3-3 in the standings at 9 points. One of those teams will move ahead to be third in the conference. One of them will fall and be tied for 5th. So again, with the implications, just go and go and go. And I know it sounds like a broken record in this circumstance, but we are underway here in the second half. Also, we mentioned the second half starts here while Creighton and Providence kicks off their opening half. So we will keep you afloat on that score. Nelly right now passed to DeBrownia as we continue in this second half. 44 minutes and change is what separates one of these teams from moving up in the standings and one moving down, unless, of course, a little tie at the end or other sort of tie. And then things just get a lot more complicated, and I was not a math major. So we will see how things end up here today. We talked about remaining schedules of both teams. After today's game versus Xavier, DePaul is at St. John's and then home to Marquette. So if you are a Blue Demon fan, we'll get back to that in a second as we have a pass near side. That's going to be chipped out of bounds, and we may have a corner waiting to see what it's going to be for Feuder, and Feuder is going to have a corner kick. So first proven attempt here for DePaul in the opening 2 minutes. Left foot sent in, headed over the top. Not able to get down. As we talked about with the different gameplay, with the speed of the ball on the pitch here today, you are going to have, as we see on the replay, more line drive attempts. It's hard to get under and let it float down with the constant downpour. Again, even for those viewing from home, you can see that rain, and we tip our proverbial rain hats to the fans in the crowd here today along the near side of the camera angles for braving through this weather on Senior Day here at Wish Field and Cacciatore Stadium, DePaul University in the Lincoln Park area of Chicago, Illinois. But as we talked about in the upcoming games, Xavier now tries to move around, not able to do so. Push off there called against Boffo. But with that being said, not necessarily the St. John's game for the Blue Demons, but the Marquette game now even bigger implications for November the 6th. So mark that on your calendars as DePaul versus Marquette. That's going to be home right back here. Again, major implications for the postseason on that game. Having Marquette just lost to Georgetown. So DePaul, postseason hopes clearly alive, and if they can come away with a victory here today, that will set them even farther up. But in the meantime, that one rolls by, picked up cleanly by Rosenberg. But Xavier, nonetheless, wants to have something clearly to say about the postseason. Their remaining games on the schedule: UNC Asheville out a conference game. That's going to be Tuesday evening. Then home next Saturday to Providence. Providence now sitting with 9 points. Also, they are playing currently 0-0, 2 minutes into that game, so we will keep you afloat of that matchup. But very important there, as both of those teams are tied at 9, so it's very ironic that you have, as we go back in action quickly, a throw in from Xavier. We'll get back to the standings in a second as that one is cleared away. But Creighton and Providence both tied at 9 points. DePaul, Xavier both tied at 6 points. And things are going to get a lot more jumbled in the middle. As then Xavier will close out the season, as we said. UNC, Asheville, Providence, and then at Butler to close things out. Butler sits at 7. So Butler right now has the 6th and final playoff seed. But who knows what's going to happen throughout the day. They do not play today. Their next game is going to be, they do have a game today. We will get you that score update. That is not on our network. My apologies for that confusion. As we continue along, Anderson. Going near sideline. And knocked out of bounds by Feuder. DePaul will have the throw in. Timmy Iskra. And that's going to be challenged on the far side. Oh, nice between the legs by Xavier. Cleared out as DePaul was looking to find something clean, not able to do so. As we pass along the near side, DeBrunya hasn't been able to do much today. We will have a goal kick, though. Or excuse me, it'll be a corner kick. My apologies.
That'll be a corner kick. Blue Demons.
So having the corner is the often mentioned Feuderer. Feuderer left foot. Knocked away with the vicious right hand is going to be Rosenberg. Good play from the goalkeep, as both goalkeeps have been making some outstanding play today. Slide tackle, and Miller went about an extra 5 yards after hitting the ground. We do have an update. Sorry for the clerical miscommunication. Tomorrow will be Villanova at Butler. So again, Villanova, your 10th seed right now, but Butler sits at the 6th overall seed with 7 points. As we have, looks like yellow card presentation. But that game will be tomorrow. Again, Senior Day, Alumni Day, and Butler homecoming weekend. So some big Eco action tomorrow between Villanova and Butler. Check butlersports.com for more information on that game and stream. As we're back here now, 0-0, 38 left in the second half. As it's also 0-0, 5 minutes into Creighton Providence. For those scoreboard watching at home, Pete Ferreri here, Catch Tour Stadium, Wish Field, Big East Digital Network on Twitter, Caffeine, and YouTube. Left foot in, oh, goes just wide. Wasn't touched by Nelly, so we will have a corner kick. Oh, that was a close one. As we see on the replay, 3 defenders were split. Miller from Xavier angling that, and mere inches past the outstretched hand of Nelly. And for him, it's getting hot in her. Left foot corner now, Goodall. Goodall, no movement for Xavier. Musketeers need action. Curls in, headed away by DePaul. We will have another corner kick.
Corner kick, other side.
Outstanding defense by DePaul to head that away before it gets to the near post. We're going to switch things up. Otim is now going to take the corner kick from the far flag. Xavier sits again, 2, 4, 6 points. DePaul 1, 2, and 3 at 6 points. High in, knocked away by the defense of DePaul. Blue Demons kicked away is now going to be a throw-in. 2 unsuccessful attempts by Xavier, thwarted by stellar defense for DePaul. Beautiful camera angle to see. Knocked away by none other than DeBrunya. 6'5" frame, I am sure that has implications in regards to those headers. Xavier now, a lot of flat-footed play. It looks like it's going to go the way of DePaul. We're going to see here for some clarification, or we will have it. Okay, so it will be a throw in DePaul. On the near sideline. Blue Demons slipping to the ground, tipped away, back the way of the Blue Demons now. Calling for the throw and looking for any movement was Iskra. Xavier now, right foot. Back we go. Looking for anybody. Is going to be Krull. We have a score update. Creighton at Providence. The Blue Jays with a bend it like Beckham goal, up 1-0 at Providence. less than 10 minutes into that contest. Again, Creighton up 1-0 against Providence. Headed away by DePaul. Can Nelly get there? He is able to get there. We talked about how early on in this game, two sorts of attempts we might see today because of the slick ground is attempts from further out than normal or normally perceived, and then also from just long pass attempts in hopes that it'll hit some sort of hitch and slow down. Continuing along here. Nil your score, Big East Digital Network. Nelly picks it up, leaves it down for DeBrownia. Pass ahead, trying to chase it down is Xavier. Not able to get in front of it cleanly was Cito. Now it's going to bounce. We're going to have a throw into DePaul.
Couple of substitutions for DePaul. Back in the game, number 8, Yusef Ramadan. And also returning number 14, Jacob Cito.
Looking for a throw and able to get it back to Anderson.
And substitution for Xavier. Back in the game, number 12, Carson Underlong.
Rain continues to fall at Wish Field. 32 remaining in the game. Throw in for Xavier. Headed away, Anderson back in control. Cito near side, Feuder looking over the middle, drops in between two Musketeers. Not able to get there was Ramadan. Timing was a bit off. Now Xavier on the attack. Feuder, that looked like a clean tackle. They're going to call it though. So it will be a foul. Bafo knocked down. It's tough when you have the size of Feuder to not get in the lane, but nonetheless, Xavier now with a great opportunity. Will it be Otim tipping back? No, it won't. 14, Goodall in, ricochets and goal! Musketeers off the set piece. Bum, 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 de bum. Goal Xavier. 1-0 lead right past Nelly. What a play. No goal. They are calling no goal. Change in play. Just got it back from our producers in the booth. No goal. What an offsides at the very end called against Xavier in a game like this where there aren't even many effective shots on goal. That play, and we'll of course catch a replay of it again, but when that breezed past the wall of Blue Demons, unbelievable how clean Henderlong was able to get there, and that was for just cause he was offsides. Xavier now, do they have the momentum knowing they've at least put one in the back of the net, albeit called back? Does that boost their confidence? We shall see as we continue action here. Rain-soaked Wish Field at DePaul University's campus. Wilson, far sideline. The left foot of Goodall is what sent that one in before. He's also had most of their corners. You could tell they're trying to set him up again. Push from behind, and falling awkwardly was Cito. His left foot got stuck in the field turf. Let's hope he's okay. We're now going to go back to Cito. If you see left leg planted, and that definitely skid. Luckily, he is up and moving. That could have been a lot worse. You can actually possibly count the slick conditions for allowing his foot to slide. It's going through. Do we have a free? And that one is in. That is a goal. Xavier, goal. Hey, look, Ma, I made it. Musketeers, as the bench clears, as they are excited. We will see what happens. Feuderer doesn't see Henderlong get right behind him. Mental mistake by Feuderer. You thought we would not say his name. Excuse me, that was actually DeBrunya letting it go past, not seeing the defender of Henderlong. Mere steps behind him, a pace or two, and Xavier takes the 1-0 lead. Unbelievable turn of events. We talked about the confidence. We talked about the pressure that Xavier may bring against the Blue Demons after the offsides goal called back. Within 5 minutes, they do put one in the back of the net. And the Musketeers come on the board with a goal. What an astounding turn of events. Again, Senior DeBrunya, mental lapse. Not something you thought we'd say today, as he was looking for an outlet pass near sideline. Again, tipped it almost immediately behind him. But now, goal attempt ripped ahead, nothing there. Mad at himself was Joe McGee, the forward freshman out of Coppell, Texas. Good tap pass, got a bit too far under it, but shot for DePaul. Right now, Rosenberg goalkeep all smiles as he knew that one could have been dangerous. Nonetheless, Xavier 1-0 lead. DePaul had an attempt moments ago at the equalizer, not able to bring anything home. Feuderer now sends it ahead. And that is going to be a goal kick. In other action, just update, still 1-0 Creighton over Providence. But a outstanding 5-minute sequence by Xavier here today, powered by SoFi, as they almost had a 1-0 lead. Called back for onside, kept applying the pressure. DePaul almost on their heels. Then had a lapse on the defensive side by DeBrunya, and Xavier getting the goal. Henderlong in the 28th minute of the second half. Xavier now hoping to hold on to this 1-0 victory to send them up in the standings. They would end 3-4, tied with Marquette for 7th or 6th in the standings until we get till tomorrow and see what Butler does. But in the meantime, a lot of time left here for DePaul. Brunya upset, just kicked it off of a Xavier player, but that's still in play. So frustration setting in for the Blue Demons there. Rightfully so, you had a very even first half. And then a second half error of a goal. 25 minutes though for DePaul to find the equalizer. A lot of action left here in the Big East Digital Network Game of the Day. Thank you for joining us on Twitter, on Caffeine TV, or at home on YouTube. As we said, Creighton still a 1-0 lead over Providence.
Back in the game, number 20, Patrick Watkins.
Substitution checking in for the Blue Demons is Pat Watkins. Checking out is number 14, Jacob Cito. Pat Watkins, a midfield 5'8" sophomore of Silver Springs, Maryland. Xavier player down. Tough challenge, officials checking if he's okay. It's going to be Burnson. As we see Fuder just kind of get under him, so he hit the ground. Ball with his force on his right hip. Clean play though by Fuder. Xavier though on the offensive. Otem, they're looking to put this one out of reach and move ahead even more in the standings. Ricochet still in the air. Can DePaul clear it? High bounce, and DePaul just sending that one out of bounds with a header. Smart play by the recently checked in Watkins. Throw in. Xavier. Back to midfield. Xavier in control of the past 10 minutes or so of this match. Pushed ahead. Henderlong gets twisted around. DePaul, good tackle by Xavier. Holding on to it now is Wilson. Cole passes back to Goodall. Goodall really set the spark for Xavier, headed away by DeBrunya. Left foot ahead. Burnson. Wilson, they're looking for the swing again. Again, that 2-2 set we talked about in the first half. Do they have the one touch? Otem! Otem now. Oh, beautiful tackle by DeBrunya. That will be a corner kick. Oh, Otem, if he would have taken one less step and pulled the trigger, that might have gone in the upper right corner. As we see from a perfect camera angle, tried to catch up to it. DeBrunya, though, sliding safely to the pitcher's mound here. The rain continues to pour. 6 shots for the home Blue Demons, 5 for the visiting Musketeers, but 1 goal being the difference. As we see now Goodall from the near post, sends it, headed pass. That will be a far corner now. Based on our vantage point, it should be another corner. It looked like it hit off of a Blue Demon.
Corner kick, opposite side, Derek Odom this time.
And it will be Otem back. As we see, it is slightly tipped, but ever so slightly counts. With Labovich, Otem, corner kick along the mid, cleared away. DePaul picking it back up, or excuse me, Xavier holds on to it. Bell now takes it away. Bell clears in, and that one goes right back out. We will have another corner kick.
2
corner, Goodall. He's been their set piece specialist. Goal kicks and free kicks and corner kicks. He's had them all. Coming in with the left. And that one bouncing around, still alive. And that one, will it be a throw-in for Xavier? It does. So right now, the defense standing tall for DePaul, corner after corner, and now a throw-in as we see this one ping-pong around, hits the far post, hits the right foot of a Musketeer, but that could have been 2-0 quickly. And misplay there, and we'll now have a throw-in for DePaul. So what a 3 to 4 minute onslaught by Xavier, coming away with nothing, however. Hitting the far post, if that just hits the pinball on the side more of that far post, we are looking at 2-0. But nonetheless, DePaul still 1 goal away from tying up the match at 1. 20 minutes left of gameplay. Plenty of time for the Blue Demons to find their way back into the match. Again, proud to present to you this game live on the Big East Digital Network. Thank you for following us on Twitter and YouTube. Hashtag BEDN. At Big East Digital on Twitter. Also for the Blue Demon fans at home, hashtag DefendWish, hashtag Playing Possessed. We will have a whistle that will stay DePaul's possession. 18:40 and some remaining in game time here. DePaul hoping now to get a tie out of this. Always an opportunity to get 2, but if they can get into the tie column, at least it'll keep them in better playoff contention. Futer now looking to get things close with the left. Warming up on the sideline, you see in the background is Sergey. Futer sends it in. Head. Futer still looking for Anderson. Otem able to beat Anderson for possession. Cleared it out. Throw in. Blue Demons. DeBrunya was in the box for that one. They need him on the approach now, as you see him backing up into position. Near sign Iskra. Goes past DeBrunya. Strong play there on the defense by Dan Iskra.
Substitution for Xavier, back in the game with 24, Samson.
Chilly, rain-soaked pitch here in Chicago on this final Saturday of October. Big East action as so many levels come into play of seeding with this game, especially with the earlier loss of Marquette to Georgetown, and with Creighton's 1-0 lead in the first half. Otem, footwork, tries to send it in, defended away by Iskra. Misplay there by Futerer, as Xavier now retains possession, regains possession as well. Xavier has not let DePaul breathe on the defensive side and have not played keep away themselves. Goodall. Strong with the left, knocked away by DeBrunya. DePaul passes ahead. Futerer, far sideline. Wilson. Back to Wilson. See DePaul now trying to set up an attack. Not many left with time being what it is. Can they make something happen here? Far sideline, chipped ahead, cleared out clean by the Musketeers. Anderson not able to get the head. Iskra to Anderson. Anderson sees an outlet. Able to get it over to Herbert. Anderson along the mid. Will he try a long range? Oh, he passes it back. DeBrunya bringing him up himself. Challenged by Henderlong. Xavier now taking their time, looking for the crisp, clean pass. Blue Demons now down to 15 minutes to find the equalizer. Anderson, far side. Good defense by Xavier, has him set back again. Paul needs an attempt. And that one goes out of bounds as slipping was Brickman, not able to find footing. You even see, in order to get a good throw in, Burnson cleaning off the ball to get some sort of grip. Almost shot putting it, you can tell from that great camera angle by our crew here today. DePaul getting possession back. Looking for something, looking for anything. Iskra, far sideline. Bit of a push off. That's going to be a DePaul throw-in.
Back in the game, Joe McGee and McCray Drone.
Substitution is coming into the game is going to be Joe McGee out of Bourne, Texas. Iskra, light throw-in to the aforementioned Bourne. Pushing up the sideline now, McGee. McGee tries to send it mid. Cleared away. Xavier, an outstanding job of clearing passes today. Anderson. Near sideline, Iskra. The other Iskra from the far sideline. Iskra. Head attempt away. Anderson back. Do we have a shot attempt? DePaul pulls it. Oh, hits off the crossbar. Headed in the air, and that goes over the top. Oh, what a close play for DePaul. We said they needed to put some on net. Wow, what a close goal. As we will see, Ramadan with the right, curled it in and just hit the crossbar. Less than a foot away. As we see from that angle as well, Rosenberg was not going to get to it, just a bit high. Unbelievable. But that shows you that DePaul still has some fight left in them. Just under 12 remaining. 1-0 your score, Xavier. 1-0 also the score still for Creighton Providence. look at updated stats. Ooh, that was a close attempt there for Xavier trying to move ahead. 8 shots for DePaul, 6 for Xavier. 3-2 for shots on goal, 6 corners for Xavier. Can Xavier hold on? Can they get even more ahead as that one rolls out of bounds? That will be a goal kick. Valley with outstanding goal play here today. One of them was a one-on-one, not much you can do. As the rain continues to pour. Pewter to Iskra. What does DePaul have left in the bag of tricks this Halloween week? Misplay, Xavier bringing it ahead. Pass. Challenge DePaul, cleared away. Miller with a heads-up play for Xavier. Rosenberg again got away with the assist from the crossbar that would have tied up this match a minute ago. Nelly slides to hold on. 9 minutes left for DePaul to make it 1-1. How many attempts do they have left? Knocked out of bounds, throw in for the Blue Demons. Herbeck will have the throw in. Actually, they're switching. It'll now be Rickman will throw in. That one, McGee had an opportunity moments after he checked in. Will DePaul take an attempt from far out? Around. Oh! And DeBrunya snuck up from the defensive side. And not happy is Goodall. Having some words with an official. As we will see, he was pulled down, it seems, from DeBrunya. Check from a different angle. It's hard to tell. It looks like DeBrunya swept with the left arm. But either way, score remains the same.
Blue Demons, number 26, Jack Richards. Replacing his own.
Coming into the game now for the Blue Demons, fresh set of late. Jack Richards, the freshman, excuse me, the 6-foot sophomore forward out of Downers Grove North. As a drenched Rosenberg waits for the goal kick. Still waiting for clearance.
Into the game for Xavier, number 15, Grant Stumler.
We want to remind everybody to stay tuned for all the continued Big East action. The remaining 2 weeks of the regular regular season all the way through the championship rounds. Anderson. One time back to Iskra. Timmy Iskra now. Back, oh, Xavier. They come in with the left. That one goes a bit wide. Another defensive mishap by the Blue Demons. This time does not cost them. That time was a mishap. The time before was a slip. But again, the goal, that one just not able to curl around Iskra. But with 28 minutes remaining in regulations, when Henderlong had the goal for Xavier. High in the air. DePaul trying to find something, falls to the ground, no whistle, or do they call a whistle? Calling a foul on Miller. Saying a push, as we'll see much better in the replay. Yeah, there were arms extended on the first one, not as much on the second, so tic-tac foul, as one may say, and we have a lost contact. I think it might be more impressive that in the rain he found it and put it back in. Weber can see. 6:41 on the game clock, 6:34, as we now have DeBrunya. Will this set piece result in a goal? The pressure is on. The senior night, DeBrunya, out of Amsterdam in the Netherlands. Will he go for the attempt himself, or will he go for a pass? Here we are. The kick, oh, goes a bit too wide. He knew he wanted it. It was there. Rosenberg played near post. Not able to drop, but it was on a good trajectory.
Carson Henderlong back in for Xavier.
Less than 6.5 remain now in regulation on the Big East Digital Network game of the day. DePaul, Xavier fighting for the 6th and final playoff spot. Marquette having lost earlier today. DePaul passes far side. Can DeBrunya get underneath it? No. Oh, we got a scuffle. Very physical play by Xavier. It was a scuffle, as we will see, fighting for it along the end line. They had an argument earlier. Almost boiled over there is Goodall. Grabbed on to DeBrunya, as you'll see, so they're both fighting. Then Goodall, one hand push DeBrunya. DeBrunya retaliates. 2 yellow cards issued for that play right there. And we have a score update in the other Big East Digital Network game of the day. Creighton Providence, the Friars have tied it at 1 apiece with 3:22 left in the first half. 5:50 and less remaining here. Can DePaul find a way to tie, to get points out of this match regardless? Or will Xavier come away with the full points? Clock continues to tick. Again, 2 yellows issued for Goodall and for for DeBrunya. Tensions are at an all-time high. Xavier taking their time. Otim back to deliver. Ooh, just misses off the left foot of a Musketeer. That could have been it. That could have been 2-0. As we see on the replay, Otim sends it in, headed away, and oh, just off the outside of the left foot. Make sure to stick around for the post-game report powered by SoFi. Again, SoFi.com for all of your refinancing needs. Being able to get there cleanly. So, update on the yellow cards. It was on Max DeBrunya. We knew that, but also on Matt Rosenberg, the goalkeeper. As DeBrunya is down, getting up slowly, a yellow card issued. It looks like to Otim. So that was tough as Otim had his right foot hit the top of DeBrunya. They're issuing a yellow. DePaul has life. Again, that is the third yellow called in the past 5 minutes of action. Rosenberg. DeBrunya heads, but that one goes too far. As the rain continues to meticulate down. You've got to feel that Xavier start has to playing the keep away game. That was out of bounds, throw in for the Blue Demons. Good throw into Iskra. Near side to Timmy Iskra. Looking ahead. We have another whistle, and we do have another card. No, we don't. I thought maybe we were going to get another yellow card. We do not. Regardless, DePaul getting near life support for opportunities, but nonetheless have a good one here. Left foot, oh, off the side of a Musketeer. Not able to clear the wall. Two and a half remaining in this match. DePaul trails 1-0. They need one, and they need it soon. Xavier looking to move ahead quite far in the standings, coming away with necessary points as top 6 teams in the Big East make the postseason. Georgetown having secured their ticket and another victory here today over Marquette. St. John's in the second seat. Providence tied 1-1 with Creighton. Marquette fell to 3-4. Butler sits at 2-3-1. DePaul 1, 2, and 3. Xavier 2 and 4. Xavier would move up to 3 and 4. DePaul would fall to 1, 3, and 3. Approaching the 92nd mark. Xavier holding on to possession for dear life. Hitting the flag, we might have a corner kick. Smart play there, as that's what it looks like. That or a near throw-in. And we do have a corner kick, so Otim's gonna get a corner kick. So after this, you got to imagine all feet forward for the Blue Demons. Again, beautiful keep away play by Xavier. They're trying to ricochet it.
1 minute.
They are saying another corner kick. less than 60 seconds. Over almost a full minute has come into play. Ricochet again, that will be a throw-in, I believe now, or will that be a goal? We have 3 corners in a row. Masterful play by Xavier in the closing seconds of this game. And now they're saying throw-in. Wow, that took a good 20 seconds off the clock. Another throw-in as time has dwindled away. There hasn't even been a corner go past 5 feet from the actual corner. Ball rolls around. That's going to be it. That's going to be all she wrote. The Musketeers come into Chicago and get a 1-0 victory against the Blue Demons of DePaul University on senior night. The goal again in the 28th minute of the second half. Henderlong, off of a misplay by the defense of DeBrunya, leads to this score. We will come back with a post-game report and player of the game, powered by and presented by SoFi, as Xavier moves up the board and goes to 3-4. DePaul falls to 1-3-3. Post-game stats and analysis coming very shortly, powered by SoFi, the Big East Digital Network.
It's time to fuel your ambitions by taking charge of your student debt. At SoFi, we've helped over 250,000 people refinance their student loans, saving thousands of dollars. Now you can pay off your student loans faster and reach your goals sooner. See how much you can save in just 2 minutes at SoFi.com/save.
Here, we do what others don't.
Dream what others won't, driven to leap forward, determined to always give back.
Here, we work where giants have played, where the connection of work and ethic is made.
A diverse community possessed with a passion
to know and grow and go and show the world we are prepared to change it. Here, we ask what must be done, for in doing we learn and earn success.
And you can get there from here.
DePaul University. Here we do.
We aren't just dreamers. We're doers.
My time. None of you people can tell me to stop.
Good things happen when you unleash a Butler Bulldog.
My time. None of you people can tell me to stop.
It's time to fuel your ambitions by taking charge of your student debt. At SoFi, we've helped over 250,000 people refinance their student loans, saving thousands of dollars. Now you can pay off your student loans faster and reach your goals sooner. See how much you can save in just 2 minutes at SoFi.com/save.
Here, we do what others don't.
Dream what others won't. Driven to leap forward, determined to always give back.
Here we work where giants have played, where the connection of work and ethic is made.
A diverse community possessed with a passion
To know and grow and go and show the world we are prepared to change it. Here we ask what must be done, for in doing we learn and earn success.
And you can get there from here.
DePaul University. Here we do.
We aren't just dreamers. We're doers.
My time. None of you people can tell me to stop.
Good things happen when you unleash a Butler Bulldog.
My time. None of you people can tell me to stop.
It's time to fuel your ambitions by taking charge of your student debt. At SoFi, we've helped over 250,000 people refinance their student loans, saving thousands of dollars. Now you can pay off your student loans faster and reach your goals sooner. See how much you can save in just 2 minutes at SoFi.com/save. It's time to fuel your ambitions by taking charge of your student debt. At SoFi, we've helped over 250,000 people refinance their student loans, saving thousands of dollars. Now you can pay off your student loans faster and reach your goals sooner. See how much you can save in just 2 minutes at SoFi.com/save.
Now moving to the goal, a slip up both physically because of the pitch today, and one of the players for DePaul just not quite seeing where he was going, trying to get an outlet pass. You just stepped in, talking through that sequence. It was outstanding.
Yeah, their center back kind of touch got away from him on the slick surface, and me and the other forward, Noah Baffo, were pressing him. I won the ball one-on-one with the goalie and just slided it away.
No, that was great. Now, we had mentioned you not only gained the points, Marquette fell earlier today. Providence is currently tied with Creighton over at Providence's home field. What does it mean coming away with a victory, knowing you were 1 point away from that 6th seed and possibly moving into playoff contention right here with this win?
Yeah, it was big for us to get 3 points today. Definitely, we saw a couple of the matchups. People above us were playing each other. Someone was bound to drop some points. So we know if we win, we decide our own fate. If we keep winning, we'll be good. So that's what we're going to try to do.
All right, Carson, congratulations. Carson Henderlong, player of the game here on the Big East Digital Network. Xavier takes off of DePaul 1-0, moves up ahead in the standings here in the Big East. At the 7th seed overall, tied with the visiting Musketeers of Xavier. Xavier and DePaul tied throughout the first half, but in the second half, a strong offensive attack by the visiting Musketeers, along with player of the game Carson Henderlong, able to find the back of the net on a misplay by the defense of the slippery turf, as an additional player, it seems, helping Xavier get that 1-0.
Here, we do what others don't.
Dream what others won't, driven to leap forward, determined to always give back.
Here, we work where giants have played, where the connection of work and ethic is made.
A diverse community possessed with a passion
to know and grow and go and show the world we are prepared to change it. Here, we ask what must be done, for in doing we learn and earn success.
And you can get there from here.
DePaul University. Here we do.